Okay, hi everybody. We're going to look at the second part of random numbers. We're going to make a rock, paper, scissors program. How it's going to work, it's going to look like this. So a finished product, well, I may have actually just deleted it, but let me just add some quick code here. There we go. Okay. Finished product should look something like this, hopefully with a bit more color and wow in your program. So you're going to have a player, so you can pick rock, paper, or scissor. And when we click the shoot button, we're playing against the computer, and that's going to be randomized. We don't know if the computer is going to pick rock, paper, or scissor. So you can lose, you can tie, you can win. So for us, let's take scissors. We'll shoot it. It was rock. Rock beats scissors, so it tells us we lose. Let's keep. We lost. Same one. Now we tied. Come on, paper. Keep spamming this. There we go. Paper, we win. What if I take paper and we've tied? We lost. Looking for a rock. Come on, computer. There we go. We won there. We're obviously losing a lot more than we're winning, but I think you get the idea. So again, you control this. These are radio buttons. This is a button. This is a label, and these are picture boxes. So when I go to my form, you want to start with this. Again, a label. So one label says computer, one says player. I have a picture box 1 and a picture box 2, 3 radio buttons, one that says rock, one that says paper, one that says scissors, and 1 button. And on the button, I wrote shoot for the text. So I'll give you guys a chance to put that on. If you have to pause it here, feel free to pause it, but let's take a look at the code. So we're going to look at the code at first for the player. So the code for the player here is, right, I just took away the code for the computer. We'll look at that in a sec. The code for the computer is right here. It's pretty simple. So under the radio button, it says, what do I want to happen when the radio button 1 is checked? So for me, that radio button is rock. Radio button 2 is paper, 3 is scissor. So again, if radio button 1 is checked when they push that button, or when it's checked, at least when it's checked, they don't have to push the button. I want a picture of the rock to show up in the picture box. So right here, it'll say a rock shows up in the picture box. Now you're going to say, what's that thing above it here? And right here, it says num2 equals 1. So what I'm pretty much doing is some behind the scenes stuff. So you're going to copy this. So num2 is kind of what the player picks. I'm assigning if they picked radio button 1, rock is a 1, paper is a 2, and scissors is 3. So when we combine things behind the scenes and the user doesn't know, anytime a rock is picked, it's a 1. And all right, so a 1 and a 1 would be a tie, a rock and a rock. So we'll see how that works later on. So the player is num2, and we declared it up here. Dim num2 is integer. Pull the computer, don't freak out. We got num2 here. We're using that word and all that stuff. So num2 is going to equal 1 when they pick rock. When they pick paper, we want paper to show up in this picture box, but num2 will equal 2. And when they pick scissors, num2 will equal 3, and we'll get a picture of scissors up here. All right, so that's just what this code says. So here's rock, radio button 1. So here's paper, radio button 2, and here's scissor, radio button 3. So just playing this program. Okay, so I've clicked rock. Behind the scenes, num2 has a value of 1. Now behind the scenes, num2, we show paper, but num2 has a value of 2. Scissors num3 would have a value of 3. So now all we have to do is line it up against, see what the computer randomly picks, and then we'll decide if we won, we tied, we lost. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste in the code for the computer under the button. So double click on your shoot button, and here goes. I'm going to just throw it right in there, and we'll break it down here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on this part. We're going to randomize the computer between 1 and 3. So if rock, if it's 1, if num1 is randomized to be 1, it'll be rock. If it's 2, it's paper. If it's 3, it's scissor. Okay, so the computer's getting a value of 1, 2, or 3. We're randomizing between 1 and 3. So there's the code there. Remember, the computer's num1 and the player's num2. So then we go into all the possibilities here. This is the next part. What if the computer has a 1, so is rock. So we want the computer's picture to be rock. And if the player picked 2, if num2's 2, then have a tie. So if the computer's rock, the player's rock, it's a tie. What about if the computer's rock and the player's paper? Well, if that's if the computer is rock and the player is must be scissors is num2, then it's you win. And then what if it's rock and paper? Then it's you lose. Okay, so here's kind of the possibilities if it's all num1. If the computer's rock, and then what if the player's paper, scissors, or rock? Then you go into the next 3. All right, and it's just the next combinations. Well, what if num1 equals 2? Well, then if it's 2, show a picture of paper, and if the player picked 2, then it's a tie. If it's paper and the player picked rock, then you win. And then obviously if it's scissors and you picked and the computer has paper, then you lose. Okay, so those 3 situations are here, and that's it. That's all it is. So if we look down, you get the next 3, and that's it. And then just the player code. So I'm going to ask you to do this code and see if we can do that. So I'm just going to play this again, and I'll play it beside it here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pick rock. And when I shoot, let's see what the computer does. The computer picks scissors. So I win. So we know the computer has a num3. So if the computer picks scissors, the computer has 3, and I have 1 for rock. That's this numbers in behind the scenes. So that's this one here. Okay? So the computer had scissors. I had a 1, which is rock. I win. And the message says you win. So I know it's a lot of rambling and talking and num1s and num2s, but here's all the code one last time from the top. I'll scroll down. Let's see if you guys can get this code to work and you can make your own rock, paper, scissors program. That is it for now. I think next week what we'll try to do is we'll try to get a little bit more complicated. Either we'll do a card game like blackjack or slot machines, or something fun, and maybe we'll do some rolling dice and things like that. So next week we'll carry on with round numbers, but try to get that second one here going and have some fun with it. Thanks a lot. Take care.